Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome each and every one of you to a new League of Legends video. So today we have a very special video. We have some teasers for the new champion. As I'm sure some of you know, I made a leaked video talking about the new champion. It was very little information, but there was, some information. There's of course this teaser that came out back in August, in the roadmap talking about the chain champion that we all know of this champion as now. And yeah, some new teasers have just come out, so check it out. Demacia, right? So this new champion is from Demacia, we believe. Well, I mean, at this point it's essentially confirmed. And there's a bunch of still images that kind of tease what this champion's abilities and what the champion can do overall. So let's check it out. So what do we have here? We have the first one, right? We have Lux, right? This person right here is Lux, and you see these gold chains around her, like essentially her whole arm, and then it obviously extends backwards, almost as if we're the champion looking at Lux as we chain her up, right? So obviously, as you can see, you can see the chains right there are the same as these chains right here, right? It's something to keep in mind. Anyway, so what's happening in this image other than the fact that Lux is chained, and apparently the new champion is, we're assuming, is the one chaining her up, right? Well, you can see in the background, there is a big laser going through what looks to be like a Demacian statue. So that seems like Lux's ultimate, does it not? It looks awfully familiar or similar, I guess, to Lux's ultimate. So what it seems like in this case is the new champion is forcing Lux to use her ultimate. So either you take her ultimate as the champion and you suddenly have her ultimate to use for yourself, or you actually kind of mind control almost the champion that you have the chains on, and you force them to use their ultimate. Because in this case, it almost seems as if Lux is kind of standing there in awe, but also like helpless, and just watching her ultimate destroy Demacia, obviously where she's from. Obviously she doesn't want that, or she's not obviously happy about that, and there's nothing she can do, right? So again, the question is, does he steal the power and use it himself, or does he take them and force the champion to use the powers and use their ultimates? So it's a pretty big difference between the two, right? Because one is your own ultimate, literally your own cooldown technically, and they still have their cooldown as per usual, or the second one is you force them to use their ultimate, and their ultimate goes on cooldown, and thus rendering them useless while also damaging their own allies, which is pretty cool. Now that's the first one. The second one, we have here another one. There's 4 total. This one, we have someone sitting on the throne. Now, who is this sitting on the throne? That is the question. I'm assuming this is going to be the new champion sitting on the throne right here. If you look really, really closely, if you kind of, maybe pause or something and you zoom in, you can see he's holding a crown, or this champion is holding a crown, right? Now, this crown, people were assuming, I guess the theory is that this is Jarvan IV's father, Jarvan III, who is the king. It's his crown, but people are not sure. It could be Jarvan's crown, Jarvan IV's crown, but the thing that's most important is in the foreground we have a Jarvan's spear, and what do you have around it? You have like a kind of fissure, cataclysm looking thing, right? Which is of course a Jarvan's ultimate. Yet another example of the new champion forcing another Demacian, so in this case Jarvan, to use their ultimate, again against their will. But whether or not that's actually stealing it or forcing them to use their own ultimate is the question still, right? So that's the second image. The third one is of course going to be Galio. Now Galio's ultimate is of course him flying up in the air, right? Rushing to an ally, landing in a heroic way, and that's essentially his ultimate. This one, you see him falling down out of the ground, again with chains all around him. In this case, we don't really see the chains coming from anywhere. We just see the chains on him as he falls down. Essentially, it looks like he's about to fall right on top of, I guess, Demacia or whatever this area is. I'm not super up to date with the lore. Oh, you guys can't really see it. Sorry, let me go ahead and do this right here. Right, you can see it right there. Sorry, let me zoom in here. Okay, the picture does not zoom, everything but the picture zooms in. But anyway, you can see there's a big city or town underneath, and the Gal is just diving right into it. He can't do anything. It's against his own will. The chains are forcing him to use his ultimate against his own will, which is the biggest part, as we keep reiterating over and over. And the last one is going to be this one right here, which we can probably zoom in on. Okay, you know what? We'll leave it like this. It's fine. Anyway. The last one is going to be Garen, it looks like, also with the exact same chains that every other champion so far has had on them. And what is he doing? Well, he looks like he is executing some kind of, I guess, Demacian high priest, or, someone high in the order maybe of a Demacia, using his ultimate, right? Because that right there looks like it's Garen's ultimate, Judgment. It just calls down like this. Doesn't look like a sword, but in this case, it looks something similar to his ultimate that just completely annihilates whoever this person is right here. And Garen also doing it against his own will. It seems like with the chains covering him, and Garen having no option other than to just obey and literally use his ultimate to strike down someone in Demacia, maybe some kind of high counselor or something like that. Obviously someone he probably does not want to do that to. Now keep in mind, this is of course going to be all Demacian champions, right? Lux, Jarvan, Galio, and Garen, right? And this champion is of course a Demacian champion. Now whether the champion himself or herself is from Demacia or they're just captured in Demacia is the question. But as we move on, there's something else that I want to point out. So there was a Demacian heart story revealed or posted or whatever you want to call it by Arito Games themselves. I'm not really sure when exactly, but not too long ago, right? Now, if you're someone like me that's illiterate and cannot read and just doesn't like to read too much, then let's go ahead and go to the next tab over here. Now, a Reddit post was made 5 days ago. Is that 5 days ago? How many days ago? I don't even know what that says. Anyways, X amount of days ago, by someone called Igwe Noxus. Demacian Heart, which is of course this thing right here, the post, which is lore, possibly teased the new champion. So let's read through what he has to say, right? All we know of the upcoming champion is that it's supposed to be chained within Demacia, right? As we know here. In the new short story, which is this one, we are introduced to Sylas, a young mage, using his power to seek out others like him in order to maintain order as a mage seeker. Now here's where the part actually starts, so the interesting part happens. The story ends with him accidentally unleashing his power and killing 3 people, including his mentor, an innocent farmer, and his mage daughter, in an attempt to protect her. It is stated that Sylas is very aware of the fact that he'll eventually be caught by other mage seekers and that he has no hope of escaping, possibly hinting at his imprisonment, which is what we have hinted at over here in the initial teaser, that it is a champion that is locked away, right? Imprisoned, in other words. Perhaps with the new champion, we'll get to see an older version of Sylas, changed by the murders he committed and in search for making Demacia see mages as one of its own, which is kind of a weird way to do it by just forcing them to do this. I'm not gonna lie, but I mean, okay. For the record, I know writers usually try to claim unannounced champion names before their reveal, and I just checked to see if Sylas is available, and it's not, so I don't know, a little suspicious if he asks me, right? So that's the first thing he says. The second thing that he says, let me zoom in here a little bit more, is the new champion is actually supposedly the dead mage girl, which Sylas accidentally blasted with her own magic, which I'm assuming he's referring to his mage daughter. She was certainly powerful enough to shake up Demacia, since Sylas mentioned she was as bright as the midday sun. He could see magic in the form of light. Second clue, the character in the champion teaser is wearing heels. Sorry to assume it's a female, but you know, so if you look at it over here, if you look really closely, like if I just hardcore just zoom the, okay, wow, that's a little too hardcore apparently. Right here, perfect, right? If you look really closely, it looks like the champion is wearing heels, but I actually have another theory to this. This could be a teaser for not the actual champion himself, or herself. This maybe this is chains attached to someone else that maybe we don't know about yet, that champion, the new one, is taking control of, right? Maybe this right here is not the actual champion. Maybe this is happening to this person over here, whoever this is, in a similar concept, in a similar way as, you know, these champions are being chained up here as well. That could be an option as well, right? That's something to keep in mind. Anyways. And the third and final clue, teaser on the PBE. So each champion's page was updated with the statement, "It's alive." It is very likely that the mage seekers found the girl and referred to her as it, since she was clearly a mage. Perhaps that's what one of said mage seekers said when they found out that she is in fact alive. An update, apparently the subs Sylas mains was taken. Writers usually take the subreddits before the reveals, so this makes the whole thing even more suspicious. Now I want to go ahead and double check actually if it is taken. Let's double check if it's taken. /r. Okay, so let's see. He said the subreddit, I literally can't even, oh here, down there is highlighted. Sylas mains. I mean, it's here. It's not really, you know, updated and, you know, not the prettiest looking subreddit, but it is technically there. So that's also a little bit something suspicious as well. But either way, guys, there you have it. A new teaser coming out. The new champion, this means, should, in theory, be posted or at least put onto the PBE servers next week. So once that champion comes out, and if any more teasers come out, you guys know I'll be posting videos about that. So make sure to subscribe so you're up to date. The second I post a video, you know, and whenever new information or teasers or even the new champion comes out, abilities, all that good stuff, I will have videos for that for you guys, ready to go, fresh, right out of the oven, just how we like it. But either way, guys, let me know what you think about this down below. This is quite interesting stuff, if I do say so myself. I mean, also kind of makes me wonder if the teaser, the spoiler I posted, the leak, if you will, a few days ago, if that's true or not, right? The leak didn't really give too much information about the new champion, other than the champion can use one hand or something like that to like lift people up and smack them down or something like that. But it didn't say anything much more than that. So this could be the new champion's ultimate that literally takes control of them and forces enemy champions to use their own ultimate as well, which is, I think going to be really, really cool. And a lot of people are comparing this champion to Rubik's from Dota, because apparently a champion called Rubik's in Dota can also do something similar in that sense. But either way, guys, let me know what you think about this down below. If you enjoyed the video, then don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe so that when new information and teasers and all that stuff come out, I will post them and you'll be ready here with the freshest news right away, ready to go. And let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, hit that like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you hopefully for the next video. And also, let me know in the comments. I want to know, do you think that this champion is absorbing their ultimate and using it for himself? So his ultimate becomes their ultimate, and then you essentially have 2 Lux ultimates in the team fight or something like that? Or do you think the champion takes control of them, like for instance in Lux, takes control of them and forces them to use their own ultimate, which hits their own allies, puts it on cooldown, and thus rendering Lux somewhat useless in a fight, for instance, right? Let me know which one you think it is, but either way, guys, thank you for watching, and I will see you for the next video. Peace.